So, as you can gather from the views of this video and many others on my channel, I'm not rolling in the money. In fact, I'm not making any money doing this. So, what I have to do to make money is one of the things is I deliver food for the Doordash and the Uber Eats and the Grubhub. But a message I get far too often from a customer is I am on the way to pick up the food and they'll message me and say, please don't steal my food. Which is weird to get that. But I get it all the time. Which means that they've experienced not once, not twice, enough times to make sure to message me a driver who was supposed to get their food just stole it. Which I know happens. I know it because restaurants have... So let's back this up a little. The one thing I've learned about delivering food is human beings are garbage. Not all of them, but enough of them to change the way everyone else has to act. So when this whole thing first started, the whole, you can have your food delivered. Restaurants said, oh, great, a way to make a little extra money. Not as much as we should. Turns out Uber, DoorDash, and Grubhub really take their fair effing share. Anywho, we'll make a little extra money. We'll make the food. We'll stick it on a shelf. We'll label it with the person's name. The driver comes in. They grab it. Off they go. Smooth sailing, right? What you didn't account for was the garbage human beings who just walk in and steal anything. They don't even care. They're like, I don't know what's in here. I'm just going to steal it. And every single restaurant, it doesn't take long. I always laugh because occasionally a new restaurant will open up. And they'll think, we'll just stick the stuff on the shelves. It'll go nice and smooth. I'll go in there a week later. The shelves are behind the counter. And what happens is every restaurant decides, well, we can't leave them out because humans are garbage. Or there's enough garbage humans that now when the driver comes in, they have to ask the person behind the counter. They have to bother them from the job they should be doing so that they can now retrieve the order for the driver. So I laugh every time a new restaurant thinks, they think that they're going to put it on the shelves. I'm like, yeah, let's see how long that lasts. And then a week later, I'm like, oh, what happened? What? People stealing them? Yeah. Yeah, shocking. I know. I talked to a manager at Potbelly who, both of us, we commiserate because we can't believe that these companies like DoorDash and Uber allow anybody to deliver food. All you need is a driver's license and a car. And you're supposedly supposed to pass a background check, but it must not be very thorough considering the amount of drivers who are stealing food. And it's not always drivers stealing food off the shelves. Those are just other garbage humans. But we commiserate. And every once in a while, I'll see that she's decided to put the food back on shelves because they got this nice setup. They got the shelves. They got a display on top that tells you if the order's ready. And she told me, oh, yeah, no, we're putting them back on the shelves. I said, really? Because you know what's going to happen. She's like, I know. But, corporate. Corporate operates in this delusion that humans are great. So we'll do what they say for a week. And then when they're like, where's our profits? We'll be like, you assholes told us to put the food in the steal section. The garbage human steal section. That's what you told us to do. And now our profits are down. And they're like, we're not, how dare they? Humans are terrible. We need you to put the stuff back behind the counter. But the other phenomenon, this one is more baffling to me. Like, I get it. The humans are garbage, and some of them are going to decide, like, hey, did you know that Chick-fil-A just sticks their food out? Well, let's just go in there and steal it. But apparently drivers are also stealing food, which this one makes no sense. So when you go to pick up the food, restaurants make you confirm the order. Because what drivers do is they pick up the food, and then they tell DoorDash, I didn't, or they'll cancel the order. They pick up the food, they cancel the order, and then they get free food. So then restaurants are like, you need to confirm the orders so that DoorDash knows you picked it up. And now if the food doesn't get to the customer, we know where it went. But this shouldn't be happening. And it's the stupidest ruse ever. So let me get this straight. In order to get a meal that maybe is $10, you're going to sign up for these companies. You're going to wait the 2 weeks to get approved. Then you're going to drive to the store, steal the food, and eventually what will happen is you'll get deplatformed because you do this like 3 times in a row. And the restaurant's like, yeah, we sent that order out. Your driver didn't deliver it. A lot of work to go through to steal maybe $30 worth of food. And you know what you could have done, you fucking moron? Is deliver a couple orders and you would have made the $30 and you could have bought the food legit and not risked going to hell. Because that's where you're going, Mr. Garbage Person. Yeah, and I heard there's a shelf in hell, too. Like, you walk in, you're like, oh, no, flames. I had a feeling. And Satan's like, we don't know what your torture's going to be, but, we do have a program where every once in a while somebody gets to just go to heaven, even if they're a bad person. All you got to do is go over to that shelf and pick up a bag. Yeah. Just pick up a bag, and one of them has a lucky go to heaven. None of them do. No, they're all torture. They're all torture, because I'm Satan. Yeah, I get a kick out of it. Anyway, so, garbage humans, welcome to Earth. The only thing that might be happening that might let humans off the hook from being garbage is... obviously, you know who's stealing all this food? It's the Hamburglar. McDonald's is like, we need to snip the competition. Hamburglar, I know you haven't been active for 50 years because you're kind of politically incorrect, but we need you. We need you to go to all the other restaurants and steal the delivery food. If they're dumb enough to put it on the shelves, you take it. Also, if they're going to have it behind the counter, still go in, take the delivery, see if they're going to force you to confirm it. And if they ask you weird questions like, oh, wait, you're here to pick up a delivery? And you're with your stupid hat and your weird eye disguise like the Lone Ranger. And then they'll be like, could you please confirm the order? You're like, and you just run out the door because you're the Hamburglar. And yes, you'll be easy to describe to the police, but the police have been chasing you for 60 years, ever since McDonald's has been in... So, that's my theory. It's either garbage humans or the Hamburglar. Except for the part where I go to McDonald's, they also have all the food behind the counter because... So maybe it's the Hamburglar stealing from all the other restaurants, but then garbage humans are stealing from McDonald's. That must be what